Since 2010, the number of households in the European Union has increased by 7%, which means that more people are becoming independent and owning their personal home environment. Would you like to become independent but are too afraid because you don't have enough information? You don't have to worry if you follow these few basic rules. Welcome to our crash course. What do I need to know before moving out? Are you deciding which housing type would suit you? Are you looking for offers on the internet? Wondering if you can afford it? Before you decide to lower your expectations for a future home, try this. How do you know that you are looking for the right type of accommodation? Your future housing situation is affected by several factors. Before you decide to fly out of your parents' nest, try to answer these questions. How much can I spend on housing per month? Do I prefer to live alone or with people? Is the location or size more important to me? What are my options then? If you're a student, the first option is a dormitory. Find out if your school provides such an opportunity. Try to find a Facebook group where you can ask all the questions about a specific accommodation facility. They are best answered by those who have already lived there. Do you want more privacy but still an acceptable price? Try searching for a sublease or rent. It is financially advantageous to divide one apartment among several inhabitants, but try to get to know who you're going to live with first. The biggest plus of the joint lease is a smaller financial burden and creating a small community. However, remember that communication is very important, especially when it comes to maintenance of common areas and inviting friends and the like. A disadvantage can be the different habits of people living in the same household. If you want to live alone, there are single rooms and dormitories, but also affordable rentals. Don't take the first offer. Take your time to choose and ask for everything that is not clear to you. Ignorance often leads to misunderstandings. A real estate agency can help you find housing. For a fee, you'll receive advice not only on the choice of your housing, but also on administrative matters. If you want to search on your own, try to find someone in your area who has recently had a similar experience to advise you on what to avoid and what to focus on. Search offers in Facebook groups, on local websites, and don't be afraid to ask around. Don't agree with anything until you see the housing. Photos can deceive. Do you see your dream home? Remember to find out the specific rules and conditions first. First of all, inquire about fees in addition to renting, including energies, the internet, management fee, or repair fund. These fees may be included in the first amount, but may not be, so do not hesitate to ask. In most cases, a deposit will be required prior to moving in. It's an amount of money that will be returned to you once you move out, but only if the equipment of the apartment remains undamaged. Remember to carefully read the contract and the house rules before signing it. The contract should include information about when to pay the rent, what are the consequences of non-payment, and the conditions under which you can be evicted by the owner. Don't be afraid to communicate if anything happens. When moving to new premises, one always enters the unknown. To avoid possible misunderstandings, it is best to answer all the questions before signing the contract. Can I invite friends? Can I have pets? Who are the neighbors? Can I use all the equipment? What if I don't have a regular income? Can I set a repayment period? Do I pay for excessive energy use? For how long is the housing available? After answering all the questions, remember these points. Before you start looking for a new home, realistically evaluate what you can afford. Don't be put off by bad offers and spend enough time looking for the perfect home. Don't be afraid of progress. The fact that you live in a dormitory for the first couple of months does not mean that you won't own an apartment in a few years. Take every experience of living without your parents as a lesson, which will help you when choosing housing in the future. The real estate market is a huge place. Don't be afraid to anchor in it and find exactly what you're looking for. If you want to learn more from practical experts about how to find housing and choose energy providers, listen to our podcast, which will answer questions like what to avoid when looking for housing, how to address problems with housemates, what is the average rental amount in your country, and much more. You can find the links to our local podcasts in the video description below.